Alright, this one goes out to Chad and whoever else is trying to learn the game, basically. So this is coming from a level 5 after the wipe. So, you're looking at my guy right now. This is just your normal stats. If you go through the character, real simple. I'm going to go over here to gear and just show you what a couple of tricks that I learned to just make sure your stash is a little bit more organized. So my biggest thing is to always have something that has more slots than it takes up if you can help it. Like this rig is a 3x3, but it holds 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it's a 5x2, which is 10. So technically it holds one more than it should. And also it does have a 4x square, so you can work things around if you want to put a helmet or something in there. It's kind of nice. Another thing to look at is once you get enough money, you can pick up one of these cases for 40 or 50k. It's a 2x2, and the 2x2 will take ammo, magazines, and pistols. The 2x2 then becomes a 4x3, which is a 12, which is huge in space saving. On top of that, if you can later afford it, they're over 100. Oh, I think they're over 100 grand is the ammo case. If you go ahead, the ammo case is a 2x2, and it turns into a 49 space container size. So the 49 space container size only takes ammo, but allows you to organize and stack most things up to 60. Pistol ammo rounds will go up to 50, with the M ball going up to 60, the LPS going to 50. I think it's only 40, and everything else should go to 60. The slugs and shotguns will only go to 20 though. But it's a great space saver instead of having all of that loose ammo, or even leaving them in magazines if you do need space a lot. And while we're on the space on ammo, remember that the different types of ammo matter. So this is BS ammo. It's armor piercing, and unless you're looking to just do body damage, like what we used to consider the leg meta or the arm meta, where it's a shotgun where you would just black out an arm or leg and keep shooting it, I would not recommend hollow points. So normally your best rounds are the armor piercers. Even if it says special ops use this, you normally want to go with good ammo like BS or BP ammo, whereas this PS ammo is steel core PS bullet, and I wouldn't say not use it because both BP and BS are very expensive. Moving on, so another thing you can do is if you have multiple backpacks, you can put backpacks inside backpacks. So that's one of the things I've done here is I've put a smaller backpack inside a bigger backpack, and it still left me room. So this is my med bag, and as you can see I have double down. So I keep all my meds in here until I can buy a med container, but they're like 700 grand. It's silly. Moving on from that, your body armors and things just kind of sit out unless you have a thick case or something like that. I tend to keep things organized in a way that I know where they're at, so I know that these two are all of my tradable items. So this duct tape I can trade for a full car med kit. It's nice. Moving on to weapons. So this here's an AK-74U. Notice how it's a 3x3. So if I put this pistol grip on it, now it becomes a 2x3. And I can even unfold it. So if I unfold it, it is now a 4x2. We'll just put this mag on it. So it's a 4x2 right now. And, you know, I want to take this and put this in this slot here. So just go into it, inspect, take off the pistol grip, take out the magazine, and then just go. And if you can fold it, fold it. It's now a 3x1. And you can normally do this in game to the extent of this, so you can at least normally fold them and take the magazine out. But I mean, you can leave the magazine in, it doesn't really matter, unless you don't want it for some reason. So that's just showing you how to do that. It makes storage a lot fucking easier, in my opinion. Moving on to body armor. So this is a body armor and vest in one. So the vest, it'll sit in both. See how it says conflicting with the body armor. So that's a little both. If you just want to save a little bit of money, you can do that. Now let's go over body armor levels. So this packet here is a level 2 body armor. Your level 2 body armors won't stop much outside of pistols and shotguns. It's great for early game. It's great for just doing equipment runs on factory. It's great if you've got nothing else. It's just a cheap option. While we're looking at armor, one of the things you need to know is the armor class is here. Okay. So that'll tell you there's, I think it goes up to 5 if I remember correctly. Also, your movement speed penalties and things for doing it. Also, your armored areas. So if you go over here to health, it says it covers thorax. So that's your biggest one. So we've got thorax and stomach. So these two areas obviously are probably going to be your ones that are covered the most. And now there are some heavy armors that will cover your arms and a little bit lower to your groin as well. But those have massive movement penalties and they're super expensive. Moving on. So this is a level 4. So your level 4 will normally will stop your more advanced bullets, such as your rifle rounds and things like that, and at least give you a fighting chance to eat some of that damage. Now again, this is one that has been damaged, so if you see how these are all 46.5 out of 46.5 or 36.1, or this is 60.5, and this one's 50 out of 50, so this is a full one right here. This gentleman right here is a full one. It's a level 4 full one. So every time you repair this, it takes away a little bit. So if you go in here to repair, it'll say condition, and then it'll say repair will take 10 out of 13 points, so it'll drop down to almost 40 points. So every time you repair it, it gets less points of damage that it can take. So if you go out to buy a level 3 or 4, just remember that if it's only got 10 armor points or hit points, it's sometimes not worth it. Moving on to meds, we can go through meds real fast. So for medical, there's a whole lot of difference. So for medical, there's what we call cheese, and cheese is just a stick and poke. You just stick yourself and you heal yourself. It's nice, that does the job. That's all it does, and it can heal up to 100 damage of whatever. Bandages stop bleeding. Splints will repair a broken limb, so that way you can run, do whatever, or walk with it, or do whatever. These splints are basically the same thing, but they come in a 5 stack, so you can use them repeatedly. So if you just want to throw them in your alpha container, like so, instead of this guy, you could do so. And the IFAC is it's a bandage and an AI2, or a piece of cheese. So it stops blood loss, and it also heals. So, but it doesn't do it at the same time. It only does the blood loss, and then it'll start healing. But it's a good way. It's only a single stack too, so it's the better way to go. But they are expensive, and you can't trade up to them quite yet. Moving on, your alpha container, if I didn't say so already, is whatever you take or put into your alpha container cannot be stolen by anybody else. So if you find a graphics card or one of the keys to labs, which are worth 150k, so if you find a labs key, keep it until you can sell it. You can put it in there, and even if you die during the raid, you won't lose it. Cool, awesome, great. And if you're asking why I have a bunch of these knives and things, I'm doing a quest. So moving on to quests / trade ups. Going here into trading, we'll go to proper. So it says loyalty level, so the more your loyalty level is to them and the more you spend with them, the more things will open up for you for them. So that's why there's 2, 3, and then king. So it allows you to then buy more things from them. So there's a lot of trades. So like this is 2 horse statues for an AKS. If you find 2 horse statues, you can trade it up for an AKS. Let's see. His task right now is to hand over shotguns and kill 5 scabs at customs. So I need to find 1 more shotgun, and I need to kill 5 scabs at custom as a PMC. So I'll probably go and do this here tomorrow or today if I can, although I am working. obviously. So, but this is probably your best way to get XP and jump your stats without. You also get a bunch of things for it. So we're going back over here to meds. So like this is a car. It's the same thing as an IFAC basically, except it's a 2-slot. And I have 2 duct tape, so it's a 2 duct tape trade for something that is pretty decent at lower level. Now, there are these maps and stuff to show you extracts and things like that. I don't really use them because I just pull up the map on another monitor or on my phone while I'm playing. That's probably the best way to do it, honestly. Pain meds, they want 2 matches, so I only have 1 right now, but a good way instead of spending 4K on pain meds every time. It just allows you to run with broken limbs and aim better when you're damaged and things like that. So like this one's a full raid, I do not have it. And then her tasks are I have to find 4 or more of these guys right here. You have to find them and return them. So I've only found 2. I've returned 2 to her, and I found these in-game off of bodies, not finding them out and about. No, I did find 1 in a medkit, my bad. But again, this will jump us up in her loyalty. It'll give us more money, XP, and it'll give us a bunch of stuff. So if your PMC dies, you can normally buy 4 cheeses, and that's like 12, 15k, depending on how many you want to spend. And you can normally heal your guy if he's at half health on everything. You can normally heal him all the way up and be good to go instead of having to wait that downtime to get him fully back. So fence is like a mini market. So what I would do is, since you're a lower level, is just come over here and find things that you don't know. I would come over here to fence and do anything that looks like a weapon and anything that looks like body armor. So if you do those 2 things, come through and examine them, like so. This way, if you find them in the raid, you can equip them automatically, and you don't have to you don't have to examine them. And this just saves you, it saves you 5 seconds of examining them. But that could be enough to save your life in raid. I know, as dumb as that sounds. But you can also come through here and buy armor. So this is a level 4, but it's only got 5 armor points, so I probably won't do it. Moving on to this guy, 24, not bad. I would probably pick him up for 45 if I needed it. It's a level 4, so it holds 12. That's not bad. This guy's got 22. He's 5k less. That's fine. His container size is 2 less. 18, it's still not. It's 55. No, so just make sure you're going through and you're checking it before you buy anything from him, from Fence, which is like a mini market. It's just, and you can sell anything to Fence. Skier is just a good place to go do trades and things for weapons and municipal stuff, if you so desire. Peacekeeper only deals in US dollars, so you can see I'm saving up for the MP5. That's what I'm doing. I have 6 out of the 8 knives I need to get one. But you can come over here and buy the MP5Ks and things like this, and whatever you sell to Peacekeeper, you will get dollars back. So, and dollars are different than rubles, although you can trade up rubles for $1, but it's 106 rubles per dollar, so you can do the math yourself. And I keep all of my money in it's a 4, but it's a 1 buy, so I have my dollars and my rubles in here. It's another item that you can get. Wallets are almost more expensive than the cases, I think. It just saves you time on getting money everywhere and you don't know where it is and it's not stacked up. So, Mechanic deals in a lot of high-end trades, like bitcoins and things like that. And a lot of times these guns here are not worth it, in my opinion. If you want me to be honest with you, these guns are not worth it because these are worth more than that. But here's a lot of trades you can do. So you can trade gunpowder for an ammo case if you happen across it. A bunch of things like that, just a lot more trades. So I have a couple of these, but I won't use them. That's basically how it's going to go. He doesn't have any tasks going right now. And then Ragman's more your cosmetic and your armor types, so you can come in here and if you're looking for just some stuff to grab real fast, he's not bad. He's got level 2 armor for, you know, a full level 2 armor for 18k. Not a bad starter. You can come over here and do dogtag trades for backpacks if you want them, which is nice for when you start killing things. Or these little containers. It's a 2x3. It's an 8 container. It's kind of nice. So, see, I haven't searched it yet, so I need to. And it's even got a 4 slot, which is nice because you can put a helmet or something in it. So things to stay away from as well is like this is a 3x3. It's a 9, but it only holds 6, if I remember correctly. Yep. So you want to try and get rid of that or use it as fast as you can. Moving on real fast. So my go-to start off is I'll normally either run, depending on where I'm going, factory or custom, I will run a pistol. Just a pistol, and I'll run mags in here without a rifle or a tactical rig, and sometimes not even a backpack. It's just easier that way. If I'm going to run a factory raid or something like that. Now, what I normally do for customs and things like that, or well, for factory as well, I'll throw on like a PACA and a helmet. So moving on to what I normally run is like, hey, I'm going to go and try run customs or something like that. Is I'll throw on a level 3 or a level 4 vest, and it just allows me to survive a little bit more. It's just a little bit better. I throw on a helmet early game. This helmet's a level 3, so it'll deflect. It will deflect some rifle rounds, some machine gun, pistol and shotgun. It'll protect you from, not entirely, since it only covers the top of your head, really, the top and nape of your neck. But the ricochet chance is really high. So if you do get shot dead on with this, or even something that's a little bit more than it should protect, there's a higher chance of ricochet. And I prefer these helmets over the little dicky ones you would get when you're doing your low game stuff. So like this guy. This guy's a armor class level 2, and it won't stop a whole lot outside of maybe a pistol round or a shotgun. You know, it's got 14 armor points, and the ricochet chance is low, so normally it's just gonna take it, which is not the greatest, you know. And I'm not saying that it's, if you have nothing else, don't use it, but like this guy right here is a level 1, but he has a high ricochet chance, so like if you have nothing else, you know, this might protect you from early game shotguns and pistols, if nothing else. And this also protects your ears, which is kind of nice. So, and as you move on into more stuff, you understand that there's like face shields and things you can get for these guys. They're high ricochet level 4, things like that. So, but this is just kind of a budget option for me, and if you don't have to trick out your AK like this, but I just did because I like the ergonomics on it. So 8Rs, if you can get an 8R early, it's a good way to go. I've kind of tricked out this one. It's not; these are just parts I've picked up early in the raid from people and from other things. So it just makes it a lot better. But you can just run the stock 8R. If you want to drop a sight on it, and you're good to go, because the stock 8Rs are really good. The AK-105s are nice too. Decent ammo, they fold, it's nice. The AK-74U is good for like close-in stuff. I'm not a huge sniper guy, but I did get one of these. They're pretty fun to use. So that'll get to conclude what I would consider like your basic stuff for stashes and things like that, armor, and just going over kind of what you should use, and it's really up to you when you start to learn. So anyway, see ya.